After 3 decades of making FIFA games, EA's new football IP retains the same formula without the partnership with FIFA. While core gameplay is largely the same, there are some new additions in EA's FC24 that I'm going to tell you about. So if you find this helpful, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's jump right in. The successor to Hypermotion, introduced in FIFA 22, Hypermotion V adds over 5,000 new animations that have been compiled over a span of 180 games. This adds an extra layer of realism and polish to player animations, making gameplay look extremely fluid. The Hypermotion Insight overlay also gives you useful and relevant information during a match, which is a helpful addition to say the least. With the addition of Accelerate 2.0 and Playstyles replacing traits, every player has a unique skill set that makes them stand out in certain situations. Firstly, with Accelerate 2.0, the game adds 4 new types of acceleration to players. Controlled, lengthy, and explosive were the ones we had last year. Now we have controlled lengthy, mostly lengthy, controlled explosive, and mostly explosive. With these new additions, players now have more differentiating characteristics, and this adds some variety to the lineup. Playstyles are quite easy to understand too, the traits but more effective. A player with the quick step playstyle, for example, is capable of accelerating faster during explosive sprints. There's two kinds of playstyles, being regular, denoted by the color white, and playstyle plus, which is marked yellow. The difference is that playstyle plus gives the same ability of a higher tier. While Hypermotion V is the only mechanic exclusive to the PS5, there are more graphical enhancements to be found here. Just look at the in-game lighting in this side-by-side comparison and see the difference for yourself. That, alongside the new Sapient tech, adds more depth and detail to player models, making players look as anatomically correct as possible. The GPU cloth tech is another worthy mention, since it enhances cloth physics, realistically simulating how a player's jersey reacts to their movement on the field. Look, it even folds and wrinkles, look at that. All of your favorite game modes are present here, alongside modes like Clubs, Volta Football, Ultimate Team Co-op, and Co-op Seasons. These modes have added crossplay functionality across the current gen of consoles, but sadly, you won't be able to play with your friends on last gen consoles, like the PS4. Oh, and if you and your friends are looking to upgrade, check out the recently launched FC24 PS5 bundle that contains a PlayStation 5 disc edition, digital copy of FC24, as well as a bunch of in-game DLC for just Rs 48,190. But wait, there is an awesome new inclusion for PlayStation users that I really appreciate, and so will you. PlayStation Tournaments. Players playing FC24 on the PlayStation will have the option to test their skills against others in an easy-to-access PlayStation tournament for a prize. You'll get to take a crack at these about every 2 hours. It's gonna get quite sweaty though, so you could play online friendlies for a warm-up or a more chilled-out match. You do you. The single-player career modes are packed with new additions. Manager mode, for instance, now lets you spectate your team on the pitch with the option to jump in whenever you wish, and even jump out. You can choose how you want to shape your team's style with your tactical vision. I went with tiki-taka, for example, since I always admired Barca's older style, specifically under Pep Guardiola. You also get to hire coaches to see your tactical vision through. Besides that, there are changes to player training which are easier to manage now. You can now choose between the training plan for any individual player while focusing on performance or fitness, or going with a balanced approach. This is useful for some players more than others. For example, I'd personally focus on sharpness for goalkeepers and subs, as they don't need the fitness or stamina to last for a full 90 minutes. Be a Pro also adds new features like choosing your career path, which is basically where you start and where you want to be. You'll have a set of objectives to accomplish to get you closer to your desired goal. This includes starting in a smaller club and getting into your desired club by achieving these goals laid out for you. You also get personality traits that help you unlock different playstyles, which I mentioned earlier. So that's it for everything that EA FC24 adds to EA's FIFA formula. Which of these additions do you like most? Will you be trying out the PlayStation tournaments? Do you want to challenge your boy Pulak to a FC showdown? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
PlayStation